Today we have Alec and Jonathan who have generated slightly under $500,000, and they're here with me, literally one of my favorite students to have and seeing their growth. They ended up actually buying one of my Lamborghinis and adding it to their fleet.
Those cars, like I thought were like a little bit in my head, like unattainable or unreachable. You know what I mean? So I learned that the game is that you can really like have these cars and be able to rent them out to like actually like afford them.
Alec, Jonathan, how are you guys?
Amazing, bro.
Amazing, bro. Amazing.
Now, how's everything? How's life been treating you guys?
Life is good. Life is great right now. Our Urus is actually about to get out of the shop. That's gonna be back in here. I'm excited about that. We just got the C8 that had that's coming back. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I mean, we got our real estate business too. So I mean, life is great right now.
That's insane, guys. Well, look, if I hadn't had separated you guys because you guys are two, you guys would actually be placing on our second spot with $495,000 in revenue and also in profit because you only rent out your cars, or did, when we got those numbers. Now, because we separated you guys are currently placing seventh and eighth, which, Jonathan, you're in eighth because Alex's name starts with an A.
Yeah, I realized that.
Let's say you guys are basically both seven, or because you guys actually are combined, you are in second place. Now, I have a couple of questions for you guys. Let's get started.
Cool.
Number one, how does it feel to make the amount of money you've made?
So honestly, a blessing. I mean, I only dreamed of like making this kind of money and then also like driving the cars to go along with it. So you can't beat it, really.
Yeah. It feels like it literally feels like an Instagram page. Like when when you're like younger and you're like, damn, I want to like have that shit. Like I want to have that stuff. Like it feels like everything you think of, like of what it feels like that. It's amazing. It's worth it. Like it's worth everything.
Why did you guys choose to get into exotic car rentals? I know that you were convinced. Alec was the one.
It was Alec. It was Alec. He wanted the cars, and he did a good job convincing me.
So to get a little more background, sorry, for the person watching this, you guys are business partners in a real estate company you guys own, correct?
Correct.
And
Yeah.
Alec decided to add another source of income and bring this on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Alec, why did you choose to get into exotic car rentals? And Jonathan, why did you ended up getting convinced to doing it?
Like, first of all, the reason I wanted to get into it is because like, obviously, like I would love to have those cars. Like, I mean, that's first off. And second off, like at the time, I remember being so frustrated with our current business. Like, real estate, it takes a little bit longer to get paid. You know what I mean? Like we rent a car out right now, money's there right now. Like we get paid right now. Real estate, you gotta wait for a closing. So I was like, damn, bro, like we really need to add something else because like, yeah, real estate is great. Like we're making a ton of money from real estate, hands down. But like, I wanna also make more money. So let's invest in this. Let's get some cars. We get to like look cool, you know what I mean? Have some cars and get to make some bread. So that's really how I pitched Jonathan, and he ended up doing it. But he was a little more skeptical than me at the time, which is funny.
Yeah. I was he told me about it and I was skeptical. I was like, no, I was like, I want to stick, like I was skeptical. I wanted to stick to what we know. And then it really wasn't until like we saw a little bit of money coming in. And then when we got the Urus was when I was kind of like really all in. Like I was like, okay, like this is legit. Like we could fucking do this thing. And then yeah.
Hearing that story, it's so funny. As somebody that knows you both, not only as a mentor, but as a friend. I mean, I hang out. I've stayed with you guys before together in the same house multiple times so far. So like, as somebody that knows you guys, it's so funny because Jonathan, you're the optimistic one, and Alec is usually the what's the other word?
Pessimistic
Pessimistic one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the fact that Alec was the one convincing you in this is absolutely insane. And I also remember really at the beginning, Alec doing most of the work and you not really taking it seriously until then the first Lambo showed up. Like you're basically, 50-50 there, doing your part, financing and stuff like that. But as far as the actual like pushing it and making it happen, it was all Alec. And then once you got that yours, I remember how you were like, okay, wait, hold on. How do we have this Lamborghini now? What's going
Yeah,
on?
yeah.
And that's when you took it a lot more serious. So it's so funny to hear how it started and how different it really is, though. It's like, as somebody that knows you guys, I would have thought the story would be a lot different.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
next question I have for you guys is, what is the most you've made in 1 month?
I think Alec knows that.
as far as like just from the rental cars,
Correct.
from the rental cars, I believe our best month was like, I want to say like 25,000.
25,000.
25,000 between the Urus and the Corvette, and then like some brokering and stuff, like, moving other people's cars. But yeah, about 25,000 was like our best month.
Yeah, I mean, the numbers that we have here, you mentioned to me earlier that those are only the numbers from your cars. You've actually made a lot more from brokering as well, but you just don't have those numbers handy, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. We mainly just pushed like our 3 cars, the Beamer, the Urus, and the C8. Like that was our main.
You have two C8s.
Yeah, 2 C8s. Yeah.
And the Beamer's a 7 Series. Has to be specific. Yeah. That rents out for a little bit more than other Beamers.
Yeah, the 7 Series with the TV.
Yeah, it ain't no regular BMW.
And you guys, I mean, you guys are very close to me, and we do mentorships very, very closely. So you guys knew about that car being hot, and you got it right away. So that car actually ended up making you a pretty good amount of money because it was very hot when you guys had it at the very, very beginning.
I'd like to point out that's also thanks to Alec. I think all 3 of the cars Alec has came and been like he just pushed. He's like, I think the Beamer's good. I think the Beamer's good. And I'm like, I don't know. Do we? And then it ended up doing well. So that's thanks to Alec again.
Yeah, that's 7. Like, bro, like I remember before it even came out, I just like look at it like all the time on Instagram, it pop up, and I was like, with the TV in the back is like next level. So I was like, dang, like I need this car. Cause like S-Class is like cool. Like I would have loved the S-Class. I actually, like, my first real car in my life was an E-Class Mercedes. And I was like, oh man, this is just like an S-Class. But that 7 Series is so presidential, you just sit in the back seat, get some work done, watch TV. Like, it's baller, man, for sure.
If I recall correctly, did you have to put money down on that 7 Series?
No.
Zero money on the 7 Series. Let's go. Because I remember when we had the first car, was the C8, we had to put how much? 10,000?
Yeah.
It was 10K.
7 or something like that, yeah.
All the way up to getting the 7 Series, which was about $140,000 with no upfront investment. Literally just signed, got the car delivered. I remember I was there when the car got delivered, and started making money right away. Like from free to making money, literally.
Yeah, it's a hot car. It's a hot car. Like everybody wanted to, rent that at the time.
What has the income from Supercars done for you guys?
I mean, I would say that, it's gave us like that it's kind of passive to us, like we're more hands-on with our real estate business, and with the rental cars, like we can just easily move them, and we have like right away cash that we can use at any time. You know what I mean? And then it gave us like also that lifestyle and networking, you know what I mean? Like, cause obviously, you pull up in one of these kind of cars, like you're going to catch attention. And so you're going to get to meet new people, and you're going to get to, do more because of it. So yeah, I would say like it really increased our lifestyle like a ton.
Yeah. A lot of people think like one of it's money, obviously, like it gives you money, it gives you, income. But like I would say the next biggest thing was probably like opportunity. Like Alex said, like the networking you can do, like when we bought the C8, like it was like a little bit of like, okay, like these guys are doing something. And then we bought the Urus, and then it's like, okay, these guys are probably like, they're doing something, like, and then we got like, more people, more connections. And then it just added on. It just felt like the caliber of person that you could grab their attention with a car. It was actually funny. I didn't know the world worked like that, but like when it happened, it was like you get introduced to higher circles.
Yeah, no, 1,000%. I feel that's one of the main things that they actually do for you, is kind of open doors for you from people, good and bad. I think there's a good and there's a bad.
Yeah.
But you guys have definitely done a great job at keeping the good and not letting the bad get too close to you guys. What have you learned from this experience?
I mean, so much, to be honest. Like, I mean, the first thing that I learned was like those cars, like I thought were like a little bit in my head, like unattainable or unreachable. You know what I mean? So I learned that the game is that you can really like have these cars and be able to rent them out to like actually like afford them. Because like normally if I wasn't like doing this, if I wasn't doing rentals, and I think Jonathan feels the same way, like we wouldn't have these cars because it'd just be like an expense, like it'd just be a liability. But now that I know the game, like that I know, okay, I can go grab this car and not only have it pay for itself, but like I can also make money every single month. I mean, I just don't know what other industry you can make that much cash from these things. Like I haven't found it yet. So I'd say that it's taught me a lot about learning the game, how to make the money correctly, and then also be on the safe side, because there is a lot of people like in the rental business that like you don't need to rent to, you know what I mean? So
Agreed.
that's me.
I would say I'll piggyback on what Alex said. The first thing being able to own the cars and not pay for them. Like a lot of people would think, damn, like you got 3 cars, you're probably paying like a lot of money for those, or 4 cars, however, like you guys are probably paying a lot. It's like, no, not really. Like they're all rented out. And whenever we don't want to rent them out, like we could just drive them, like, you know, so it's pretty cool being able to do that. The second thing is knowing, I would say probably like knowing the right people. That's probably the biggest lesson that I've learned, is because if you get into this thing, not knowing the right people, you can make a mistake really quick and it could cost you a lot of money. Whereas if you do it correctly, for instance, we did this with you, you know, a car crash happens or a car wreck happens, and instead of losing money, we're able to make money because of that happening.
Yeah, we just made money from that last car accident, and
yeah, exactly.
Downtime, making some money, back on the road, making even more money.
Yeah. So as opposed to like being a bad thing, it's like a benefit. So a lot of people think, oh, that's bad, but it's like that helped us. So that's probably the thing. Like if somebody doesn't do it correctly, that could be a big like lesson. So I would say that's like knowing the right people too, doing it the right way is the biggest lesson I've learned.
Yeah, I mean, to kind of piggyback off that, if somebody that's watching this, and let me know if you guys agree with me or not. So whenever people they know about the industry, they ask me, hey, don't you like it when the cars get into a car accident because you make money? The answer is yes, we do make money. And the people that don't know about the industry, they ask me, hey, what happens if a car gets into a car accident? Are you kind of like left to deal with that monthly note? And the answer is no, we do make money. However, getting into car accidents is not what we look for. We do make substantially a lot more money when the car's on the road getting rented every single day. And when I say substantially, I mean a lot more money. However, if it does get into a car accident and is down, we are protected. And because being in the industry that we are and being in there for so long, we know how to make that be a profitable thing and a positive outcome. But like I said before, having the car rented out has always made more money. Is that correct, guys?
100%. Yeah.
The next question is, do you generate income through brokering, your own cars, or both?
Both of them.
Which we need the numbers from brokering, which I hopefully by the next time we have a quarterly or yearly interview with you guys have those numbers put together so we can really have the amount of money you've made, because it really might be where you guys are all in the top 5 together.
No, for real. We just never kept track of that because we only cared about our cars. But like, it was great to like know that we just grabbed this other car and not even be liable for it. Like that's a great feeling too.
How did you guys find out about me?
I think Instagram.
Yeah, me personally, like I found out about you on Instagram. I don't like if you on my Explore, I think my Explore page, it's been a minute, bro. Like since
it's been a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah.
So I think the Explore page, to be honest. Yeah,
Explore page, man. What did you know Supercar rentals existed before finding out about me?
I knew of car rentals, but like I just thought you had to be like rich, like to go buy a car and then start renting it out. Like I thought you got to have all this money like to just go do that. So yeah, I didn't know about how it really is now.
Yeah, I had zero clue. I just thought you could go to like, I just thought you could like rent shit. Like I didn't think of it ever as a business.
What are your guys' thoughts on our relationship now?
Man, you're a great friend. I mean, you're a great friend. You've taught us a lot in business and in cars. Um, I think a lot of people, like, great example, before I joined or before me and Alec joined, I like you can't tell a lot by like looking at your Instagram. Like that doesn't really like reveal who you are. But like I think like once we got to know you, like that changed everything for me because like I got to know like who you were and not just like look at your Instagram. So I think you're a great person deeper than just the Instagram, you know.
Yeah, like I don't think a lot of people get to see like, behind the scenes, but like I remember like it was my birthday. You brought me up to New York. Like we had a great time on my birthday. I think it was like 2 years ago. Yeah,
That was
two
fun.
years ago. We had a we had a blast. You know what I mean? You've opened your home to me and Jonathan like multiple times.
Yeah.
Giving
Still
us
have you
play.
guys now. I've been to you guys' home. I've stayed at Jonathan's house before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. You know what I mean? So like for me, it's like much further than just like the actual like business or making money. Like, yeah, we're gonna make money together, but like we became really good friends. Like I know that I could call up Ethan and like he gonna have my back regardless. So yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. No. When Jonathan was saying that, I remember the specific story. When we drove to our friend's Kush house, in the Lamborghini. We had that funny story in the back. I hope one day, on our next interview, we say that story because it's absolutely hilarious. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know which story.
Uh,
I just remember going to his house though, but that shit was so funny.
I don't know the
bro,
story.
this story's
If you want to
hilarious.
say it, you can say it.
Nah, we definitely can't say on this interview, but definitely on the next one. The Alex story, we could say his birthday was so fun. That story, let's just say you were like, whoa. You remember now in the back of the Urus?
Uh-uh.
Okay, we'll talk
Oh,
about
yeah,
it later.
that was hilarious.
Well, guys, being at 495,000 now, where are you looking to be at the end of this year?
Hmm.
I mean, I'd say probably at least double or triple.
Yeah. I mean, the sky is really, really the limit, because especially when you're brokering, like you basically have unlimited access to cars, you know
Mhm.
what I mean? And your client list only grows more and more because like clients are actually a lot more loyal than people think. Like if you don't know, like brokers will try and like hide their clients all the time just so you don't have it. But like once they love that car, like they're literally hitting you up every single time. And us being in Miami, like I just feel like the rental business out there is like booming, just like New York or anything. But like literally, we have so many people that ask us for cars. So like I said, I think it really is going to be a big year for us. Yeah.
What is your all-time goal in this business?
It's a great.
Ultimate. Whew. I mean, me personally, like my ultimate goal is like I really want to have like those next tier cars. Like the Lamborghini Urus is like cool, you know what I mean? But I want an SF90. I want to have a chance to have it.
You want
Yeah,
to
like,
rent that out or you want to have it for yourself?
well, I want to have it for myself. Like I
Okay,
want to
okay.
have those kind of cars. And I think this business allows us to get the money to then go put down on that kind of car. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Or Revelto. Like we want that next feeling, right? Because like there's no like I think anyone who's watching this really like knows like that first time you're in your car, like feeling is like one of the best feelings out there, at least for me. But yeah, that's my goal.
Yeah, for me, I mean, it's kind of like the same thing for Alec. I really want like a Cullinan, not really like so much as where like I would want to like rent it out, but like for myself as well.
Okay. How many vehicles are in your fleet right now?
Well, we have two Corvettes,
The
the
year,
7 and the Urus, yeah.
So four.
yeah.
We have a Mercedes. We have a Mercedes too.
I
Oh, yeah,
will
you do
add,
rent.
I was
Yeah.
gonna add too, a lot of that is like the Urus was down for a couple of months. So the Urus is gonna be back, I think in March. So now that that's back, like that's gonna add a lot of revenue, like every single month.
So you have five. You have the E300, is it?
Yeah.
E300, two
Yeah.
C8s, one convertible, one roadster, right? The top comes off. The Urus and the 7 Series.
Yep.
Yeah.
How much work per day in general do you guys put into making this happen?
Ooh.
I was gonna say like close to none, because for a lot of it we had it like an assistant doing it, but it's not a lot of work at all. We mainly, like for our cars specifically, since they get rented out, a lot of the brokers do a lot of the like they'll just bring the clients and they'll ask like if the car is free. So it's really not as, you know, not a ton, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I think you guys are very fitted to answer this question because you guys, I feel like, have both done all the work yourselves. You also have hired one person to do the work for you. And like for the half of last year, you guys traveled the world, didn't go back to the US a single time, and still had all the cars being rented without ever seeing them. Talk a little bit about that.
Man,
Yeah.
it's a crazy feeling, honestly. Like, I mean, like, well, first of all, we had so much trust in who took care of our cars, you know what I mean? So shout out to Chris. He did a really good job of taking care of the cars. But like, uh, you know, it's just nice to know that you're gonna like sit there and like you're literally like you're on the other side of the world or you're like somewhere completely different and you know like it's gonna get paid for, or you just get like a Cash App or a Zelle, like
We all
rental.
love that feeling.
Yeah, you just chilling. All of a sudden, you get a Cash App or a Zelle. You don't even know what time zone you're in, and you just got that. So yeah, it's definitely a next level feeling for sure. And it takes a lot of trust too, because like you know, at first, like those cars were like my baby, like literally like my brand new infant baby. So it takes a lot to like get over that fact, but yeah, it's a next level feeling for sure.
How long do you guys see yourself doing rentals for?
I don't see why we'd stop. I
Yeah.
mean, you
I mean,
know,
if you look at the cars, I mean, it's like we could stop, but it's like it's not that we're not going to be able to drive every car every single day. So it's like we could make money with it. Why not?
yeah, exactly.
Well, guys, that's it for the questions. Thank you for so much for coming on here. Two last questions, basically, it's more of a personal note. One, what would you say to yourself, to your future self that maybe is gonna like watch this video again in the next quarter or the next year when we decide to do this again? And two, what would you say to anybody watching this that may just want any kind of advice from you guys?
What was the first question?
What would you say to your future self in 3 to 6 months to a year from watching this interview to our second interview?
I'd say stick to the course, stick to the process. Everything you've done up to this point, you know, has gotten you to here. So, keep doing what you're doing, and I mean, you're gonna be just fine. That's what I'd say to myself in like 6 months. The second question was, what would I say to somebody if they are watching this video
Anybody else watching this video?
and they want any type of advice?
Yeah, anything you want to say to anybody watching this video, doesn't matter if it's about
I mean,
rentals or just itself, finance, life education.
do like take action, because you know, if you're watching this video, try and do something to get you towards your goals. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, sitting around. It's good that you're watching this video, but like do something, like move forward, take action, start your business, do something that's going to move you forward and get you excelling at life. That's what I would say.
Yeah, so I mean, the first question, what I'd say to myself is you better have a lot more money and a lot more cars in 6 months from now. But yeah, like literally stick to the course, you know what I mean? Good things will come. And then the second question, as far as like what I tell anybody out there, the one thing that I will say is like you just can never give up. Like when you start, you just keep going. Like you just keep going no matter what is in your way. Like literally, if you just keep going, like everything's gonna be all right. Like literally, it's all gonna happen. If you have those thoughts, like it's for a reason. You are gonna be successful, but it's up to you to just keep going no matter what comes up, because there's gonna be a ton of roadblocks, but the successful people don't let that stop them.
Guys, thank you so much for coming on here. Jonathan, you said one of my favorite quotes ever. I want to see if I can get you to say it on here. And it's your elevator quote. Can we get you to share that with everybody?
Yeah, for sure. There's two ways to like excel in life. It's taking the stairs or taking the elevator. Taking the stairs is learning everything yourself, doing all of the failures and making the mistakes yourself. And that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort taking the stairs. But you could do what we did, and it's join a program of successful people and coaches that just take you to the top like an elevator. You push a button and they get you to the top, just like an elevator would. So that's like the elevator and versus taking the stairs. Me and Alec took the elevator. Now we have a Urus, two C8s, a 7 Series, a flourishing business, because we didn't do it ourselves. Like we didn't try and figure everything out ourselves. Like if we try and figure everything out ourselves, it'd be fucking chaos. Like, and I don't mean to curse, but
Nah,
that's
and we in our real estate business, we took the stairs for 2 years. We were so like, we're like, nah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna figure it out, you know, not try to get advice from nobody else. And like literally we took the elevator, we got a mentorship in this and in real estate, and like it just took us to the next level.
You ended up actually taking the elevator later on down the real estate business as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, having somebody that's been through it before, or like can coach you, or even just keep you accountable in a lot of times too, will just always take you to that next level. Guys, thanks so much for coming on here, and I hope to see you again in 3 to 6 months and have a second interview with a lot more cash flow.